Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the North American Star Team League. We're about to jump into the first game between FXO and Evil Geniuses. Khaldor, are you ready, man?
I am so ready for this.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into it. In the top left-hand corner, on Belshire Beach Winter, we have Lucky, not Foyu. It's Lucky from Team FXO.
And at the bottom right, his opponent, the Terran player from Team Evil Genius, we have Puma.
And Puma, you know, there was a big upset last week where Puma actually lost to Happy, but nothing against Happy by any means, but you know, Puma has had a lot of success in the NASL, being back-to-back winners for Season 1, Season 2. That's quite a big purse to be taken up as well. So, you know, he's probably a little bit agitated from that last time. I'm sure he's going to kick into high gear for this game against Lucky, who is, of course, his countryman.
And the thing about Puma and Lucky now in this particular constellation is that one of the best matchups that Puma actually has is his matchup against Zerg, and he was so successful in the past few weeks. He was able to defeat Don Ragu with 2-1. He beat Idra with 2-1, and he was able to take, as you already mentioned at the NASL Season 2, was able to take down Idra with 3-0 and Sheth with 3-2. So the last times he encountered Zerg, he won every single of those games.
Yeah, I just have to comment on this. Oh my gosh. I think Puma thought he walled off completely and the drone just slipped through. And as soon as the drone slipped through, there was a big question mark from Lucky. So unfortunate by Puma, not starting off to the best start, but not going to be a big deal. He is going for a gases expansion though.
The thing is, one of the signs, I mean, I'm not able to read Korean just yet, but one of the signs that Lucky made is the laughing sound that you make in Korea. So he was apparently, well, it pleased him quite a bit that that drone was actually able to sneak into the base. Because, let's face it, one of the main things on Belshire Beach is that a Terran player can wall off so easily and can deny the scouting, and that didn't happen.
Yeah. Exactly. And, you know, another big thing in ZVT is you want to know when they're actually expanding. Is it going to be like a Hellion expand, or is it going to be a gases fast expansion, or is it going to be a one base all-in? Those are the big questions. The Drone Scout actually gives him the ability to see everything that goes on. And I like what Lucky is doing right now. He's mining that gas, getting the fast metabolic boost, because getting this fast metabolic boost actually stops a lot of early game aggression when you see maybe 4 barracks being plopped down. As soon as you have that Zergling speed, it basically says, no, I don't think so. You're not doing that at all, just because of the counterattacking option with the Zerglings.
I'm a little bit curious why exactly Lucky is playing on this map, because obviously when you have a given map and it's a best of one, you explained the system already earlier, then there are a lot of mind games going on. Like, you are trying to predict what player your opponent is going to pick for that particular map. And on Belshire Beach, there's a very safe bet that there might be a Terran player, and Lucky has struggled against Terran lately. In total, he has a 50% win ratio, but the last few games that he played were not all that successful. So I'm not quite sure if FXO was really aiming for setting up Lucky against a Terran, or if they were hoping for a Protoss player, because the matchup against Protoss is actually his best, which Naniwa, for example, had to experience twice when he lost against Lucky in the GSL.
Yeah, and those were pretty sick games as well. I mean, Lucky is definitely a player that, you know, people think in high regards of this guy. His ZVT, as you said, I haven't been completely blown away with his ZVT, but on Belshire Beach, I don't hate it as much. You can still play a very aggressive game. TVZ gets kind of tough, especially with the drop harass and things like that, but if he gets a good muta count out, he'll be able to control a lot of space very easily. We'll see how he actually deals with everything, as you know, there are a lot of different variations in how you can actually play out this game.
Exactly. Puma just scouting the third base, by the way, with his SCV and now sneaking into the expansion. He didn't scout all too much. He saw the spine crawler in production. That's basically about it. So far, Lucky has been pulling a little bit ahead when it comes down to his drone count. He's on 33 against 26 SCVs. But Belcher Beach now with Puma already trying to wall off at the front with supply depots. So I'm eager to see what exactly Lucky is up to. He's now, he's going for Roach and Banelings. Ooh. Nice. So we will probably see a very, very short game.
Yeah, there's going to be a Roach, Baneling, Zergling all in. Of course, it's very apparent. And I like this because look at the income tab, 38 drones to 32 at this point. So he has gotten that income lead because he knew his opponent wasn't going anything greedy in this, or rather, it wasn't going anything like super aggressive in this early game stage. He couldn't have due to the fact that he knew it was gasless fast expansion, so he can just streamline everything, get his drones first, and then start getting units. That's exactly what we're seeing, and we will see a very tough push to stop.
Exactly, he was saving up lava earlier, and as soon as that roach run finished, 9 roaches were produced. The Baneling nest is ready, Lynx will follow that up, so this is going to be a very, very strong attack by Lucky. His army supply is already up to 37 against 24, and he's still building units. If Puma wants to defend against this, he needs to be very careful now.
Puma actually lost one single Hellion, but he sees the incoming threat. What does he actually do? Additional 2 bunkers going down. I love it, but is it going to be enough? That's the big question, and that's going to be the toughest thing to actually... Whoa, a big slew of Banelings are made at this point. There are so many units in here, and Lucky is just going to be consistently just sending units all the way over. The Hellions are actually going to cut off some of these Zerglings. This will be very good for him, but will it be enough?
The bunkers will be ready in time, but he will definitely break through all the supply depots, will go to hell. And here's the attack by Lucky, walking in with all those Banelings, killing the bunker, taking down another one, trying to aim for the SCVs now, and all those roaches streaming into the base of Puma, and Puma is in a lot of trouble, losing way too many units now.
He does have that one bunker over there, that'll help a lot, and look at this, the Hellions are actually cutting off some of these units. It's not going to be enough just yet. SCVs being pulled off, the Banelings are being targeted down. Very nice by Puma, but those roaches are just doing so much damage in the base of Puma.
Wow, this does not look good for Puma. I think we can expect a GG any second. He's down to 7 SCVs. Lucky with a very well-timed attack. Oh god, there are more units. There's the GG.
Yep, and Puma is going to fall yet again in week number 2 to a very strong Zergling, Roach, Baneling all in. You know, it's really hard to stop something like that. I can't really go into it anything more. Probably a big key thing was the fact that he focused on going for the tech area rather than going for mass units. A lot of times we do see something like mass barrack techs after something like fast expansion, especially with the Hellions, but you know, this is totally viable as well. I don't hate what Puma did, but it just worked out that the micro went into Lucky's favor this time around. Lucky was able to take out Puma.
Yeah, Lucky could hide what he was doing, and Puma was not really caught off all that much by surprise, but he saw he way too late to react in time. He was able to throw down those 2 bunkers, but as you already mentioned, he went for the tag, and the unit composition that he had when Lucky's attack hit was just not enough to deal with it.
Yeah. So a very straightforward build order win for Lucky, but Lucky executed that very well. So congratulations to Team FXO. They're starting up this clan war with a 1-0 advantage. We'll head to a short break, and then we'll be back with game number 2 between FXO and Evil Genius. Stay tuned, everybody. We're going to have more action coming your way.